Hey, what's up everybody? I hope you're good. Good afternoon, evening, even morning, wherever you are. I hope you're doing well. And welcome back to our channel, Figuring Out Finance, where we bring you technical analysis and trading education insights based on our experience trading our own fund. We're going to be walking through in this video a recent trade that we took, an excellent risk to reward in excess of 11 times. And we're going to really be talking through all of the markups on screen. So please do not worry that you're going to miss out on something. We're going to be talking about it all. Okay, the gray box that we've just highlighted, so-called support and resistance that some retail traders swear by. We're going to be talking about quite a long known but recently popular smart money concept called change of character, but we actually call it the change of market. We'll be going through some of the Wyckoff markups that have been highlighted on screen, including the last point of support and also the spring, and why exactly the market moves in the way it does and why it has to move in the way it does in order to function properly. So really, we keep things simple. We trade one strategy across lots of different markets, and we also execute flawlessly. That is to mean that there's two components, okay, to every successful trading strategy. You need to understand what you're doing from a technical perspective, but also from a mental perspective. When we're talking about psychology and managing your amygdala, you need to have your mental right in order to succeed in this market, okay? We're on lots of different platforms. So if you want to connect with us and learn more about our trading strategy and maybe even take your own trading to the next level, please do check us out there. We're also quite new on Instagram, so if you're interested, I'll include a link in the description. We've got videos on the stock market where we think the S&P 500 is going to go. We talk about our strategies and also our VIP members. Okay, I won't talk too much about the VIPs. I'll include a link in the description once more, but the VIP members did get access to this particular trade before anyone else did. And just before we go into the main part of the video and run credits, if we have a look at the market structure right here, we can see that it violated support, and based on our confluences, which we're going to explain in this video, you too can pick up trades like this. In terms of how it's working for our VIP members and our fund, we have profits in excess of 30%. And if you're wondering what the stock is, OTB, this ticker stands for a company called On the Beach, okay? And what they do is really holiday operating in the UK, okay? And just a final word in terms of supporting our content. If you like the content, please hit the like button. It helps get the message out to more people. With that being said, let's get straight into the video. Thanks as always for your support, and let me know what you think of this trade setup in the comments below. Okay, so as a starting point for this trade, as we do so often in trading, we look left on the charts to find out, broadly speaking, where we are. Okay, we don't religiously trade support and resistance, but we'll highlight it on screen that broadly speaking, the asset tends to be cheap around the 100 level and so-called resistance around the 200 level. Okay, so nice round numbers to work with. But really what's important in terms of the order block strategy, Wyckoff or smart money concepts, whatever you want to call it, is understanding the traps that are out there for the market to manipulate, okay? And as our students know too well, support and resistance really is the classic retail trader trap. And the reason I'm highlighting this is in order to apply order block strategies effectively, you need to understand that concept. And the thing I want to highlight just here is so-called support and resistance. So support is going to be more pertinent in this example because we can see that the market is in a downtrend, okay? There's various corrections and drives in the market down, okay? Order flow volume is accumulated and the market goes down. Order flow volume is once again accumulated and the market will go in a certain direction, and that's our job to determine where it's going. So long story short, what we're looking at and what we were looking at for our fund and our VIP members was for this zone to be violated, to go down and then to pop back up. And if you're not sure why the market makers need to do that, essentially they're looking to liquidate retail stops, get all the best prices for themselves before pushing the market onwards and upwards in its true direction, okay? So what exactly does the grey box mean? As promised, we're going to explain that. So we're expecting the market to go down and ideally close below this level on a daily basis. We're looking at the chart on a weekly basis, but we were expecting that to happen, as you can see that clearly did happen. So what we do, we draw a grey box from the bottom of the wick to the top. Okay, in certain market circumstances, I should say, sometimes you draw it from the wick to the body, but as you can see here, it's worked out pretty well. And what we do in terms of the length of the box, we put our order block fib. Okay, we covered this in previous videos, and please do check them out as they go through in a lot of detail why exactly we do that. So just to recap then, we expected the market to go down, we expected poor old retail traders, what's new, to have their stops liquidated. We expected the market to go up, fine, it did that, and we had our entry point crucially at the 50% fib. And as we told you earlier, in terms of our fund and our VIP members, the market was up in excess of 30%. And I think what's even more interesting to look at this from a trading perspective is the downside or the drawdown. Okay, minimal drawdown, less than 4%. Okay, and just to go through exactly what the other markups mean, I want you to focus your attention on this candle. I've highlighted two, but I want you to focus on the one on the right hand side of the two. Okay, the one in blue. We've put an array here. This is the line going all the way across the screen, and what's important is that this area was breached. The market went up, it went down, and then continued higher, and that's a really important indication that the market was willing to change. We call this a change in market structure, as those familiar with our strategy, including our students, know all too well. However, this has recently I guess been called also something else. I've noticed a change of character, and basically what you're expecting is that the market is no longer making lower lows and lower highs, but suddenly this market structure is breached. Okay, when the market goes above that, you can sense that the market structure is beginning to change. Okay, and that's exactly what's going on here. And if we have a look at the Wyckoff markups, as I promised, the spring is what Wyckoff calls this, and the market really has to operate in this way. Okay, it has to liquidate retail stops, it has to, I guess, accumulate order flow volume, which is what's going on in this green box, and to an extent there is a mitigation, which is why you get a retest. Okay, that's the true reason behind this 50% fib. Okay, you're looking for market makers to really break even on these sells, to equalize their order block or order flow volume and balance their order block, and then move the market in its true intended direction. And the good thing, as if you hadn't already clocked on about this strategy, is the risk and reward typically very, very high. We quite often only trade stocks nowadays, but when we do trade forex, we're looking at risk rewards typically of around 3 to 5. But smart money concepts, order block strategies, when applied correctly, can get you risk rewards of much higher than that. Okay, but you really need to understand market structure. You need to understand so-called support and resistance. So as I mentioned, VIP members got this trade first. I won't talk too much about it, but it's on screen. And when we mention VIP membership, we're talking about our Patreon page. There's some more information about us there. And as you can see, the posts are here in terms of the trade setups. And we often, update people exactly when we are executing trades. And if you are interested in taking your trading to the next level, and you have at least 1,000 trading capital, because we just think that is the right approach. If you're going to be paying for education, you want to have a decent amount of capital to play with, because the market takes time to learn. We don't overcomplicate the process. We've got a great course, lots of content that we go through. We go through retail trading traps, risk management, market manipulation, putting it all together, something we call the ultimate move, and really psychology lessons for life and trading. Okay, and trading really comes down to two things, and you need to really remember this. It comes down to liquidity and market structure and nothing else. Okay, so for those interested, do check that out. Links will be in the description. But coming back, just to surmise in this video, I really appreciate your time. I hope the content was valuable. Please hit the like button if you appreciate our content. It helps get the content out to much more people, okay? And we think that's very important, and we think it's a very important message to get out there, okay? So really, in terms of just summarizing this video, this was the order block strategy, and what you're looking to do with order block strategies is really get excellent risk to reward ratios, okay, as we have here in excess of 11 times. Let me know what you thought of this particular trade in the comments, whether you think there's a difference between order block strategies and smart money concepts, as some people call it. Let me know whether you trade Wyckoff, and really let's interact as a community. And as I mentioned, we're also on Instagram. We drop reels every single week, and you can also see testimonials in terms of what people are thinking of our strategy, in terms of our courses, and also our VIP membership. I'm going to leave it there. I really hope you enjoyed the video. There's so much content in there. If you were paying attention, I hope you're taking notes. And as I say to my students, get out a notepad, take notes, and watch the video twice to fully digest the messages. I'll leave it there. I wish you all the best. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic week ahead. And until the next video, I'll see you then.